Hello everyone, welcome back to the Violet Hour. I'm Bilicium and today we are continuing with NG. In the last episode we traipsed through the screaming author's home. We found some spooky things. I won't ruin that in case you haven't seen the previous episode, but it was quite interesting. And in this episode we are back at the Black Rabbit, ready to meet with Bon and Rosé for yet another expedition into the screaming author's house. So let's get started. When we arrive at the Black Rabbit, the lights are on.
あら、いらっしゃい。
Oh, welcome. Aunt Natsumi is there and she looks exhausted. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Yes, I won't be here long, though. I have to meet with a new detective. Her eyes are completely lifeless, although that's to be expected. For 2 weeks now, she's been doing anything and everything she can think of to find Ami. Police, detectives, flyers, the internet, none of that has helped. Would it help if I told her that Ami is alive, but being held hostage somewhere? Even if I did tell her that, there still wasn't anything she'd be able to do about it. Worse, if she gets involved, she could end up dying just like Marahashi. Despite that, should I still tell her what I know about Ami's situation? No. I don't believe that getting her involved in any way whatsoever is going to be of benefit. Okay, I'm leaving. Aunt Natsumi quickly leaves. After a bit, Rose, who was waiting outside, comes in. So, was that your aunt? She seemed so distraught. It was painful to even look at her. Hey, sorry I'm late. That mahjong game got intense at the end. What's the matter? What's got you two looking so serious? You're the most incorrigible, thick-headed man I've ever had the displeasure of meeting. You're beyond all hope. Death would be a kindness to you. Huh? What the heck are you so mad about? I don't have the energy to explain it to you. Well, how's your investigation going? Don't you dare tell me that it slipped your mind and you wasted all your time playing mahjong. Don't be ridiculous. I'm a consummate professional. There's all the info I've found so far. He didn't have any friends or close relatives, so I wasn't able to get much. But I grilled Maruku's publisher, and it paid off. I finally got my hands on this. Oh, so he originally wanted to be a doctor, did he? Changing career paths from doctor to an author is quite a drastic life change. The reason he did so is a mystery. Apparently, he didn't talk about himself much. But it's doubtful that cash was the reason. The Moroku family is extremely well off. Yes, that's evident just based on that mansion. A poor author wouldn't be able to live like that. Apparently, his publisher never once set foot in that house either. Seems like Moroku hated anyone intruding on his private life. So, basically, if we are to learn about his private life, our only option is to rummage through that mansion. That's right. I also looked into what was recorded on that T-tape. The girl disappeared half a year ago. She was last seen at an intersection about 5 minutes strolling from the Moroku residence. I see. So that's why there are regular patrols around that area. But if that happened half a year ago, Why are they still maintaining that patrol route? As it turns out, a number of other girls have disappeared around that area too. They're ancient cases though, so I don't have time to dig into them. That concludes my report. Good work. Well then, should we head straight to the Moroku residence? We must unveil the truth that lurks within the darkness. We go our separate ways as at Kasuji Station, just like yesterday, and each get on the train. Screaming author, rumor notes for Bonds info, Yakumo Moroki, born in 1944, age 55, unmarried, hometown of Tokyo, surgical intern after graduation, sudden debut as new popular author at age 26. Age 27, 1979, release of Dark Fairy Tales, kids' horror book collection, becomes a bestseller, becomes famous as a horror author. Last work, Old Bamboo Cutter's Dream, about Princess Kaguya. Interesting. The Old Bamboo Cutter's Dream, Princess Kaguya. Huh. I reached the Moroku residence without any particular trouble today. Another wonderful night. I feel like we'll make great progress with our investigation. You got here fast today. Well, I learned after my trip here yesterday. Anyways, same plan as yesterday? Yeah, you and someone else go investigate. The other one stays behind and keeps watch. Sounds all right with you? Yeah, that's fine. Well, if there is a flaw to this plan, Ban looks toward the Moroku residence. It might be the fact that we already explored most of the mansion yesterday. We already checked the hallway, living room, and bedroom, but there were no other rooms. Hang on a second. From the outside, the mansion looks like it would have a second floor, or at least an attic. But from what we saw yesterday, we didn't find stairs anywhere, right? Wait a moment. It doesn't necessarily have to be stairs, right? Maybe there's a ladder hidden somewhere. Rose makes a good point. I missed those details on my first day of investigation. Let's take some more looks around the rooms. That's all we can do. Just have to use our feet, eyes, and hands. Time's wasting. Let's get that started. All right. Let's take Bon with us this time. All right, Rose, you be on the lookout.
問題ない。
No problem. Leave it to me. I'll see you both later. All right, let's go. Oh, look at her standing right there. I like it. We can look at this stuff before we go in. Rusty mailbox, no bloodstains. I take a look inside the mail, but there isn't any inside. All right, let's go inside. No bloodstains, no bloodstains. Let's go. All right. Well, that was fast. A text? Is it D-Man? I open up the message. It's from D-Man. All right. Subject D-Mail 6. How are you? It's D-Man. I've prepared your next riddle. Repeatedly hurry the movement of the monster that moves without rest. Repeatedly hurry the movement of the monster that moves without rest. Huh. Hey, look at that later. The investigation takes priority. I know, I'm coming. That one's a bit of a noodle scratcher. I'm gonna have to think about that for a minute. Okay. A cedar plate hangs from the mud wall. It's apparently a decorative frame. No bloodstains. Oh, you know what I do have, though? I have a mask. I have a Noah mask. Okay. I take out the Okana mask and set it on the frame, but nothing seems to change. Alright. Never mind then. I step into the bedroom. Alright. Nothing about the boombox is different. There's no tape in it, and the battery is just as we left it yesterday. Oh, that's right. I remember that I bought a replacement battery. I take the new battery from the pocket and swap the batteries. Oh, you're prepared. We shouldn't have any problems playing the tape now. Do I have the tape still? I do. All right. I take out tape T. I've already listened to this tape. There's no need to listen to it again. All right. There's no bloodstains anywhere. But what about this bed? I wonder what caused these stains. Now that I'm looking, there are more spots than I expected. See, this one doesn't allow me to do that. Very specifically doesn't allow me to do that, which bothers me a lot. Just in case you were wondering, that bothers me a lot. I open the door to the living room and step inside. What? Another phone call? As we step into the room, the loud ring suddenly stops. Don't surprise me like that. I should check it out just in case. It's a rattan basket. The fruits inside are all black. The fruits inside the basket all so old. They've all turned completely black. They're completely dried up. I pluck one fruit off of what seems to be a bunch of bananas. I've obtained dry fruit. Well, I don't know why I want that, but okay. An old pendulum clock. There's an old pendulum clock on the wall. Stop the pendulum, move the long hand forward, spin the short hand backwards. Don't do anything. The pendulum swings without stopping. Hold on. Why? Gmail. What did he say? I think it's the... Repeatedly hurry the movement of the monster that moves without rest. Repeatedly move. I think they're talking about the clock. So I want to move the long hand forward. I push the long hand around in a full circle, but nothing happens. Spin the short hand backwards. I spin the shorthand backwards, but nothing happens. No, it's got to be the forward thing. When I spin the longhand, the clock makes a noise. I open the glass door and a card falls out of it. I don't know why I kept pushing it forward. It was like, just continuously move it forward. So I was like, okay, well, I just keep pushing it forward, keep pushing it forward, keep pushing it forward, and hopefully it'll do something. I lower my gaze to the writing on the card. Devil Mail. Spirit Memoir 6 of 1. Devil's Mail. Emails sent by the devil. If you read them, you'll kill someone. Some murderers have mentioned this urban legend when interrogated. The motives for the murders are unknown, as the attackers claim to be tempted by an evil spirit. In some cases, the victim and killer had never met. The only thing in common in each case was mention of the devil. No traces of these mails were found, and no one remembered the contents exactly, except the subject line. It was that ex-detective guy who told me about these cases, though they came from a police officer he knew. Unluckily for me, this was the exact kind of case I enjoy. They're fun to work on, but I never get any compensation for it. I went and put an ad in a magazine with a warning not to open the mail in hopes of finding someone who knew something. I got one response and met with them. My purpose then was to identify the sender. The IP address provider didn't exist, and I hit a dead end. A few months passed after I started investigating. That's when I got the mail myself on my cell, like it was coming after me. I went mad with joy when I saw Devil Mail in the subject line. What do you think was inside? An endless string of 4 letters. Liza. You know, I feel like I've seen an AI with that name, but that's not important right now. Those letters sound familiar. It was a case from Mr. K. This has gotten long, so time to wrap up. But there's one more thing I'd like to mention that might be making you curious. That is, of course, who killed me. Don't be alarmed. The reason's not important, but curses have no effect on me. At any rate, the ex-detective's on the Liza case. So focus on your own problem. Best of luck to you, D-Man. He's dead? Is that what the D stands for? Dead man? What's that, some kind of card game? Honestly, I'm not really sure. The pendulum swings without stopping. Okay. Hello, devil phone. I take the headset and I put it to my ear. I don't hear anything. Is the line connected? I turn on the flashlight and follow the telephone line coming from behind the shelf. I notice that something's stuck in between the storage shelf and the wall. I try wedging my hand in, but the crevice is too small and I can't reach it. Find something? There's something stuck between the shelf and the wall. The space is so tight, my hand can't reach inside. Then let's move the shelf. Yeah, that's probably the best way. Move the shelf. Let's examine the shelf. There isn't anything interesting on the shelf. Okay. Move it. Let's try. I'll give you a hand. Van and I go to the side of the storage shelf and... Alright, let's do this. Now... With his call, I pick up the shelf. Perhaps the wood is dense because this thing is far heavier than it looks. Oh, it's heavier than I thought. We just need to move it a little bit. Don't hurt yourself, old man. I'm not a senior citizen, damn it. Here it goes. We move it a step or two and set it back down. Damn it. Almost threw out my hip there. So, did you get the thing? Yeah, it was on the floor. So what do you think it was? Quit playing around and show it to me. I light up the object with a flashlight and show him. It's a cassette tape labeled H. Obtain tape H. Alright. Looks like it's worth putting my hip at risk. I wonder what's recorded on this tape. Alright, let's go back to the tape player. I'm looking at the top just to see if there's like a obvious ladder or opening. But the way the roof is designed, it doesn't look obvious. So I don't know. The battery in the boombox is new. There shouldn't be any more issues. I put tape H into the boombox. Tape H used. I press the play button. No sound comes out of the speakers. Hey, you sure that battery is good? Well, the tape is spinning just fine. Maybe it just hasn't gotten to the part where there's sound. Suddenly, the phone from the next room rings. Huh? What the heck is going on? Are we supposed to answer the phone? But the tape is still spinning inside the boombox. Let's go take a look. Mushy mushy. I summon up some courage, take the headset, and put it to my ear. Radio noise. I hear something that sounds similar to when tapes are being played back. I listen to the headset, just hoping to hear something else. Please, just end it. Just kill me already. I almost fling the headset away in response to the scream that pierces my ear. Hey, what happened? I'm all right. It's nothing. I can't afford to miss any of it. I immediately turn the headset to my ear once again. It hurts so much. Please, just end it. Just kill me already. What the hell is this? I hear a girl's voice pleading desperately. From further away, I hear the murmur of an old man. I see. Sorry. I want to try to keep you alive, but that might be impossible with all 4 limbs cut off. The phone ended with the man's statement. It ended. Judging by your expression, I'm not sure if I want to hear what you heard, but I guess I have to. Tell me what you heard. All right. I described the girl's scream and the voice of the man who apologized. If what he said about cutting off all 4 limbs is literal and is true, then this is a recording of something truly terrible. The entire time I heard the sound, this sounded like tape noises. I couldn't hear it directly, but I think it was what's recorded on the H tape. All 4 limbs cut off, huh? What the hell's this guy thinking, apologizing when he's the one doing it? Sounds like the logic of a psycho. There's no point in thinking about it. We're trying to figure out why he became a psycho. When did we all of a sudden know he was a psycho? I mean, not that I'm surprised that he is a psycho, but what was the clear deciding? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't like that. I don't remember what I was saying because Duck Girl over here freaked me out royally. Hi. What the hell? I can't contain my shock as my flashlight lights up the object on the ground. I gather myself and look at it again. Is this a doll? The object sitting on the bed seems to be a little girl doll. I'm no doll expert, but I can tell that it's more sloppily made than a Kakuya's doll. Its clothes are dirty and there are a couple reddish-black stains on it. It's wearing a weird mask. What the hell is this mask supposed to be? It has a beak, so is it a bird? Who cares? Let's check it out. Has it got blood on it? There's a reddish-black stain on the doll's clothes. This might be a blood stain. Looks like blood. Maybe I'll give it a try. I let out a breath to relax and press my fingertip to the blood. I hear a sniffling, crying sound. Along with it, I begin to hear a quiet voice. I'm famished. Famished. Bilicium? Hey, is something wrong? No, I'm all right. I heard a voice. The voice was saying, famished. What kind of name is Famish? Wait, is that a serious question? No, I mean, I'm saying that I have no idea what they mean by famished. Oh, that's what you mean. Well, the word famished means hungry. Huh? That's the first time I've ever heard it. Is it from a weird dialect? Let's just leave this for another time. It's a waste of time explaining it. It's strange that a doll would be hungry, but that's what it sounds like it's saying. I try pulling on the mask to remove it, but it won't budge, almost as if it's glued on. I ignore it for now and take a look at the clothes. I notice the stains. I eject tape H from it. Obtain tape H. Looks pretty high quality, but the layers of dust on it tells me that it's going to waste. One sturdy bed, wonder what caused the stains. Oh, she's famished. Oh, she's famished, guys. I get it. Okay. We're gonna give her the fruit. I take out the dried up fruit from my bag and I place it on top of the doll's lap. The mask makes a sound and then the mask falls on the doll's lap. Obtained Phasent's mask. Dried up fruit was used. I don't know why that made sense in my mind all of a sudden, but it did. So instead of the other mask, we're gonna try the Phasent's mask. I placed the Phasent's mask on the frame. Not bad. Perhaps it had been hung here. Just then I hear something move in the hallway. What's going on? I quickly remove the mask, but the shaking won't stop. Oh, would you look at that? Oh. Eventually the vibrating stops. The hallway entrance appears at the mud wall in front of me. Whoa, seriously? Bravo, a spectacular turn of events that I never would have expected. And now it appears that we've peeled back the mask of this mansion's owner a bit. What are you talking about? No normal person would build such a thing. A sane person would never dream of it. The owner was possessed by something. It would be appropriate to label them as paranoid. I'm almost certain of it. Possessed by what? That's what you're going to figure out. Now, we shouldn't turn down an investigation. Let's go have some fun. Okay. Fun, she says. Enter the hidden passageway. We make our way down the extremely narrow path from the hidden entrance. It's really cramped. This tight hallway must be located between two rooms. At the end of the path, there's another door. Looks like this is our only option. How exciting. Where's his kitchen? And his bathroom? I hear something walking on the roof. So I didn't move the camera or the flashlight at all. Genuinely scared the shit out of me. I don't know why I didn't expect that. I think it was because I was still wondering about whether or not he had a bathroom or a kitchen. Oh, you bastards. I'm so mad. I'm like more mad at myself for getting scared by that. Whatever. We're going through the door. Beyond that door. I open the door and I'm shocked to be looking at the front entrance of Maruku residence. What? Oh, that's quite the surprise. I don't understand what's going on. Is something like this possible? I mean, I don't believe it either, but it actually happened. Hold on a second, keep calm, chill out, and take a look around. What I noticed next is that the secret door I thought we opened earlier is now closed. Everything else seems to be the same. Why is the entrance to the secret passage closed again? I'm not sure. I have a number of half theories, but I can't say for certain. I am positive that we entered the secret passageway and opened the door. Did something happen the moment we went through the door? That thought gives me an idea. Hey, we entered from the door located at the front entrance, right? So what happens if we try to leave? I see. You want to do the opposite of what we just did. Yeah, if we end up back at the secret passage by doing that. I really did not want to think about it, but doesn't it seem like we'd be stuck in here? Yes, that would appear to be the case. We'll never know unless we try. Let's try going outside. I rush to open the door, and once going outside, I see the unchanged Maruku residence once again. Whew. It seems like we escaped the worst possible scenario. My goodness, what a relief. Ban our lookout looks at the two of us and looks confused. What are you two doing? Yeah, you see, I retell what happened when we went through the secret passageway. I can't believe it. You're not pulling my leg, are you? Piecing all the information together, it seems that when you enter the secret passage, you enter a different Maruku residence. A different Maruku residence? How's it different? I'm not sure. It could be the different time, situation, or just some specific state. We travel to a Maruku residence in a different state by entering that door, is what I mean. If we had to come up with an explanation, that's the hypothesis that makes the most sense. Assuming that you're correct, how is that even possible? There are some extremely powerful curses and thoughts that sometimes cause phenomena like this. Stairs that take you to the same floor, or an intersection that leads to the same place. These are examples I've heard from someone who actually experienced them firsthand. I don't believe that at all, but I guess I have to since it's actually happening. If we're experiencing this phenomena, then it means that there are great dangers ahead. Are you going to continue investigating? I'm fully prepared to face these dangers. I've gotten through it up till now. This is nothing. Attaboy. That's the one thing about you that I like. Alright, then let's continue our investigation. Alright, back into the horrible, horrible mansion that I absolutely love. It's a sturdy shoe cabinet. I open it, but couldn't find even a single shoe inside. Wonderful. I open the door to the living room and step inside. Still, we got bananas. Phone on storage shelf. Cool. Clock. Cool. We leave. We go to bedroom now. The moment I enter the room, I hear something from the back. Is that a boombox? I hear the button being pressed once again, and the noise from the tape stops. Alright, boombox, tell me your tales. Taking a look, I see that there's a cassette tape in the boombox. I eject it and I notice that it's labeled A. Again? It's an important clue. We have to listen to it, even if you don't want to. Ugh. I rewind the tape and press the play button. And immediately, a shuddering voice echoed. It hurts. Give it back, my... Ugh, more screaming. The girl's screaming fills the room, and then it finally goes quiet. We hear silence for a bit, then... I see. Don't worry. It's just your legs. I'm knowledgeable in treatment as well. But now... The man's calm voice is cut off by the tape stop. I double-check to make sure the tape's done, and then eject it. That was excruciating. Yeah, seriously. The screams were buried in my ear. Why are just your legs and knowledgeable in the field of treatment important? Thinking about it, the owner of the mansion, Yakumo Maroku, was aspiring to be a surgeon. Is the male voice on the tape Maroko? I don't like this one, guys. I don't like it because I have a feeling that when we finally figure everything out, it's not going to be a ghost. It's going to be a person. And then I'm going to have to kill this person. Alright, give me the mask. I think I have to go kill a man. Alright. I open the door to the living room. Oh, good. Another one. I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. A doll again. I know this doll wasn't here before. I'm starting to be convinced of Rose's theory about the other Moroku residents. Taking a look at the clothes it's wearing, I can see a light stain on the abdomen. Maybe I'll give it a try. I slowly breathe out. And bring my fingertip closer to the stain on the clothes. I'm hearing what sounds like crying again, and from afar a girl's voice is saying, "I'm cold, Mom." This time I hear words I can understand. Cold. Is that what she's saying? Yeah, I heard it clearly this time. Cold, Mom. Unfortunately, I don't see a heater here. If we can't do anything about it here, then we'll just have to carry her somewhere we can. A doll with a dog mask. Can I pick her up? Carry the doll? Carry it. Whoop! I guess I'll do it here. I guess I'll do it. Here we go. I steady myself and carry the doll. It feels heavier than an actual child. Careful, dolls won't help you lift them. It'll probably feel heavier than a child. Makes sense. Yeah, it definitely feels that way. Alright, now the question is, where should I carry it to? You can't investigate while carrying the doll. I wasn't really planning on it. I was, however, planning on taking it all the way into the bedroom and putting it under the covers. Open the door to the bedroom. Entering the bedroom, my eyes immediately shift towards the bed. Those blankets are obviously high quality. I'm sure she won't be cold in that. Alright, here it is. I'll lay it down on the bed in the back. You move the blanket aside. As you wish. Okay, here you go. I lay the doll in the sheets and place the duvet over it. Now, let's see how she feels. She shouldn't feel cold anymore. Let me ask her again. I put my finger under the blanket. I heard a crying voice again. And that voice. It's cold, Mom. It's no use, she's saying the same thing. Oh, wait. I realized that I was overlooking something important. Mom. Huh? I think she wants a mother. Well, don't look at me. You're closer than I am, right? Well, the doll definitely isn't satisfied now. What should we do? Rose, I need you to get in the bed. The doll seems to want a mother. Hey, Rose. Sorry, but can you handle this? Rose grimaces. But I have an image to uphold. Sorry, but we really don't have the time to care about things like that right now. Fine, but only because you're my disciple. I know, I'm the one asking you to do this, but what are we supposed to do here? Essentially, we need the doll to feel some motherly warmth. I think an imitation of breastfeeding would be best. Wait, seriously? You're going to... No, I'm not going to actually feed it. I'll just sleep next to it and lull it to sleep, just like a mother's do. Here, like this. Slipping under the blanket next to the doll, Rose speaks to it as she rubs its head. Oh, you must have been so scared. It's all right now. Mom's here with you. There's nothing to worry about anymore. The scary dream is over now. Hush now, go to sleep. I hear a clack from the mask. Hey, Bilicium? Rose crawls out of the blanket. She's holding on to the dog mask. Obtain dog mask. It just came off on its own. Maybe this means that the doll has been released from her thoughts. Now that she's mentioned it, I remember the mask coming off on its own when I gave the doll fruit. Yeah, maybe. Oh, and there's this as well. I obtained a hand towel. What's this? It was wrapped around the doll's mouth. I assume it must have been used as a gag. The screams I heard in the tape replay themselves in my head. I pick up the doll from the bed. Rose helps me, and we put it back in the living room where it was originally. Why? Why didn't we just leave it in the bed so it could stay nice and warm? Alright, we're leaving. Dog mask. I place the dog mask on the frame. Once again, the entrance to the secret passage appears. As expected. If our working theory is correct, there should be another Moroku residence ahead. That's right. Come on, let's go. We enter the hidden passageway. Alright, ghosty goos. I'm ready for you this time. Ready? Not there. Of course not. Because I'm ready for you this time. Alright, we went through the front door. As we thought, the door in the secret passageway connects to the front entrance of the residence. The entrance doesn't look any different aside from the passageway entrance being closed. Alright, let's do this all over again. Open it, couldn't find a single shoe. Open the door to the living room and step inside. When I enter the room, I hear the sound of someone knocking on the front entrance door. Who's there? Is it Ben? No, he has a cell phone. Let's go check in case. Alright, we're leaving here, I guess. Back to the living room. We leave the Moroku residence. Going outside, Van is standing around and being a good lookout. What? Looking for something? No. Hey, did someone come by just now? The hell? What are you talking about? I mentioned the sound that I just heard. Kind of felt like someone was delivering the mail or something, so I came to check just in case. Well, obviously nobody's been here. If the knock was that loud, then I would have heard it too. You didn't hear it? Nope. Well, considering everything else going on with this place, there must be some sort of reason. Maybe you should take a quick look inside. Yeah, I'll do that. Quick look outside, not inside. Rusted mailbox, digging around, my hand bumps into something. It's a cassette tape labeled S and a sparkler. Sparkler! I understand the tape, but why is there a sparkler in here? Looking closer, I see scorch marks on the tip of the firework. Looks like it was lit, but the flame went out before it reached the end. Well, the obvious answer would be harassment. He probably didn't talk to his neighbors much. I see. There's a strange looking window. And that's not any different. Okay. Nothing new there either. Okay, so I think that's everything outside. It was just the mailbox they wanted us to see. But I wanted to be double, triple sure. Let's go and open this room for the cassette tape. All right. Tape S. I put tape S into the boombox. I pressed the play button and let out a sigh. There's a long period of idle sounds. And then a scream, along with a loud noise. How could you? Why? The sound makes me gnaw my lips. I never thought it'd be so stressful just to listen to screams. The girl repeatedly screams, "Give it back." I don't want to imagine what she wants back. Soon the screams grew distant, and I hear a man's voice once again. I see. No need to worry. It's just one arm. Let's take our time and cut it while I treat it. The sound cuts off there. I think I finally understand what this man was doing to these girls. It's clear from the other tapes that he's been cutting off the hands and legs of the victims. He even says, "while I treat it," so he's not trying to murder the girls. So he has to have some objective that's making him cut off their arms and legs. I don't get it. Why the hell would anyone need to cut the arms and legs off of anyone? Obviously, this isn't a question that any sane person can answer. It is met with a suffocating silence. Let's continue investigating. I get the feeling that we are approaching the answer to that question. Alright, cool. Yay. That's what I always wanted. Hi. So we went from duck to dog to monkey. I find another unfamiliar doll sitting in front of the coffee table. Here we go again. Something about this doll immediately jumps out as different. Is this one naked? This doll doesn't seem like it's wearing clothes. And just like the other dolls, there's a red stain on it. The doll is wearing a monkey mask. Maybe I can hear this doll's voice. I take a deep breath, and I move my fingertips toward the stain on its back. I hear some sniffling and crying. Then I begin to hear a quiet voice. I want to go to school. They never make this easy, do they? I think the voice I heard was saying, "I want to go to school," But how would I make that wish come true? A sailor uniform? I take out the sailor uniform and put it on the doll. Sailor uniform was used. I'll help. Thank you. Putting clothes on a doll ends up being a lot tougher than I thought. Working together, the two of us finally managed to push the hands and legs through. My goodness, a stylist job is exhausting. This is probably tougher because this heavy doll isn't helping us at all. I step back and a look at how it turned out. The tickling of the clock and silence continues to drone on and on. That's weird, nothing happened. Is the school uniform not enough? Well, we didn't take her to school. Seriously? I don't want to think about taking this doll out of here and taking it to a school. The closest school is pretty far from here. Well, I'm out of ideas. It will take me a while to come up with something else. Looks like Rose has given up. I don't really think that Bon is going to have any ideas, but you can't investigate with his current partner. Change partners at the entrance. Alright. Basically, she's like, alright, this stuff has freaked me out for long enough. I'm good. Mr. Bon, please come with me. Oh, it's going so good, dude. You're gonna love it. We're gonna go in and you're gonna basically see a doll in a sailor uniform covered in blood, and it's gonna be great. Yep. I don't know. I don't really know what to say to the man. Ew. Basically, you're not gonna like this. But I need you to come anyways. So, what are your ideas, Bon? It's a doll wearing a monkey mask. The doll continues to stay silent, mask still stuck to its face. What more can we do to grant this doll's wish of wanting to go to school? Hey, Bilicium, sit next to her. Huh? What are you talking about, old man? Listen, just shut up and sit down. Also, I'm not Ban. From now on, you call me Mr. Ban. You got that?
Huh?
Say what? Though it feels ridiculous, I sit down next to the doll as Ban ordered. Alright, let's review what we've learned in our history lesson last time. So when did Columbus make it to America? Bilicium, what's the answer? Ban pretends to be a teacher, calls on me like I'm a student in his class. What the hell? Something about the ocean blue. Oh, right. It's 1492, right? Good. I'm glad you reviewed what you learned. All right, next question. I'll ask you. Van points at the doll and throws out a question. What year was the Emancipation Proclamation signed? However, the doll continues to stay silent. Fine. I guess I can help keep this going for a bit. Yo, Mr. Ban, don't you think that question is too difficult for an elementary schooler? Oh, good point. My bad. You're doing a terrible job as a teacher. What did you say, you runt? That's no way to talk to a teacher. Pfft. What kind of teacher calls his students a runt? Jeez. That's it. Come here, you little... Oh, want to fight? You fraud. Then the next moment... With a clacking sound, the doll's mask comes off. Hey, did you just see that? No way. All it took was a half-assed act like that? What are you talking about? That was a class lesson, no matter how you slice it. I was teaching my ass off there. I'll have you know that I've got a teaching license from my college days. Wouldn't trust it. Well, as it happens, you don't count. Anyway, it worked. You should show me some more gratitude. All right. Hey, there's something else on the floor. Shining the light around my feet, I see hard shoes. I didn't know about the shoes, but this mask is probably for... Yep, probably. Let's give it a try. Let's put the shoes on the wall. How funny if that's like the answer. Hard shoes. I placed the monkey mask on the frame. The entrance to the secret passageway appears. It's the same as always. I wonder if that's true for what's up ahead. I feel like Ban was trying to imply something with those words. Let's just be careful and move forward. I step into the secret passageway and immediately notice something strange. Hey, is this... The walls are covered in red streaks that looked like someone was cleaning off a brush. Is this blood? Yeah. It's time to do your thing. Right. I had just finished adjusting my breathing, so I reached toward the section of stains. A scream shrieks down directly above our heads. It's even more high-pitched than the one at the entrance, and it hits me like a lightning bolt. My vision immediately goes white, and all strength drains from my limbs. I have to move immediately or I'll die. But do I still have the strength to escape? I don't know, do you? Warning! What should I do? Head to the front door in front, fall to the floor, escape. Okay, so the door in front is no good. Fall to the floor or escape from behind. We gotta get out of here. We have to run. You ready, Ban? My voice will never be heard over this, so I yank on Ban's hand so we can try to escape. But our knees are shaking so badly, the best we can do is crawl forward. Ah! I collapse to the ground again. Ban brushes my hand aside. Ban's voice doesn't reach me, but I can read lips. Leave me and go. No, I will never do. Lukewarm liquid gushes out of my ears. My sight rapidly darkens. The screaming recedes into darkness. Game over. All right, one more time. I kind of think that we should fall to the floor. That's sort of what I think, but I'm not 100% sure. We fall to the floor. Oh, and that is the good answer. No, I don't have enough strength to escape. Then I should choose something that will let me stall death for even a second longer. I hold my head and fall on top of the big blood stain. Then, is this the memory from that blood? My bloodometry activates. The screaming voice disappears, and I hear the high-pitched cry of a bird. This sounds like it's communicating with others. Was that a crane cry? The friendly cranes were calling out to each other. If that's the clue to stop this sound, then what should I do? The cranes were crying to each other. Make Ban scream? Ah, I wanted to make him scream. Hey, Ban. I make rough screaming gestures. Scream, pretend you're a bird. Just scream, damn it. Huh? Finally understanding my message, Ban screams, eyes and mouths wide open. But his pitch is too low and the volume of his projecting sucks. Damn it, it's not working. Lukewarm liquid gushes from my ears. Alright, let's try again. You cannot advance with your current partner. You can change partners at the area entrance. Oh, see, you know what's funny? I was just thinking that. Alright, so instead of falling to the ground this time, I'm gonna see if leaving out the back, escape using the door behind, we can get Rose. No. Bad. We gotta get out of here. Make our way back somehow. You ready, Ban? Alright, I'm gonna try playing my phone's ringtone. Nope, that doesn't work either. I just don't know that my scream is loud enough. There's no way I can scream like that. Yanking out my phone, I play a random ringtone. But the volume's too low, I can hardly even hear it because its screaming is so loud. Damn it, it's not working. Well, we die once more. You cannot advance with your current partner. So we have to go from the recent checkpoint, I believe. And what is the recent checkpoint? We're going to leave the Maruku residence. We're going to grab her. Beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful. Fabulous. Switch to Rose. Yeah, you stay out here, Ban. You did your 2 cents for this whole mission. Which was poorly playing a teacher. We all greatly appreciate it. Oh, I didn't want the mailbox. I didn't want the mailbox. I wanted the door. I wanted the door. Let's go. Well, at least we now know for sure, absolutely, 100%. This is the only way we could possibly make it through this. Looks like it. It seems like a situation that calls for your special abilities. Right. I just finished adjusting my breath, so I reached toward the section of the bloodstain. Okay, we're gonna fall to the floor. And then we're gonna ask our partner to scream back. Like a beautiful, beautiful crane. Make Rose scream. Rose, we really need your screaming voice. Good. Hey, Rose? I tell Rose to scream through gestures. Scream! Pretend you're a bird and scream! It looks like my message gets through because Rose rears back and screams. However, I can't hear it at all. Damn it. I guess this is it. My despair turns into resignation, and then my consciousness leaves me. Same as me. That's all I hear as I slip into darkness. An unknown amount of time passes. Someone's voice brings me back to my senses. Are you awake, Bilicium? I take a second to gather my senses. Did the screaming stop? What are you talking about? Yes, it stopped. Thanks to your advice. And well, also thanks to my voice training. I never knew I could scream so loudly. So that means... I see. So we're saved. Unfortunately, this is neither heaven nor the river Styx. We are still living out this current life. As long as I'm alive, I don't care. Our path has been cleared. Anyway, I look up at the ceiling of the passage. That scream, it came from directly above us, right? Yeah, that's what it felt like. I guess that there's a room above here, but it doesn't look like there's a ladder hidden anywhere. Hey, are you all right? Yeah, it's nothing too serious. I just strained my throat from all that screaming. I watch Rose rub her throat. I can tell she has yelled herself raw, which is to be expected after belting out a scream like that. I never expected that I would have to match a crane's cry with just my voice. Some pieces mimic cranes with a shakuhachi or koyokoi, but I've never heard it done vocally. Shakuhachi, is that a flute made of bamboo, right? What's a koyoya again? You're a high schooler, so what's a crude comparison I could give you? It's like a Japanese violin. You pluck and pull strings with a bow to make sounds, so it's very similar to a violin. I see. I'll keep that in mind. Haha, yes, please embrace knowledge. I also hope that your desire to learn will be reflected in your next report card. Now, let's get back to investigating. Yeah, we're still running out of time. The other Moroku residence should be just ahead, right? True. Well then, let's go. Just as we thought, the secret passage connects to the front entrance of the Moroku residence, but the entrance here has an obvious difference to the front entrance from earlier. Hey, look! There are more of those frames. I see. This is starting to get interesting. Let's get the mask out. At that moment, the cell phone vibrated. Right. It's almost... Pity, we're out of time for tonight. Hey, it's me. Time to get out of there. Alright, let's go back. This is pretty good for today. Let's go. Hey, Ben, we're back. Hey, Rose, what's wrong with your voice? What happened? Were you rocking out or something? Bilicium, I'll leave this one to you. You explain how I saved us. We tell him what happened in the mansion. The 3 dolls, the 3 tapes, And the screaming in the hidden passageway. That scream again, huh? Yes, but this was worse than before. It was trying to kill us. This may seem rude to Rose, but I'm really glad I didn't go with you. Squawking like a bird just isn't me. Oh, you did go with me and you died, actually. So, yeah, you were useless. If it was you and me, we'd probably be dead right about now. We were. Hey, give me a break. I'm not dying an unsatisfying death like that. Yeah, you're not, because I restarted. Getting back to what we were covering tonight, those 3 tapes are fascinating. Each one recorded a man dismembering a girl as she screamed and pleaded. What a grotesque hobby. However, it didn't seem like he was just a sadistic deviant. He sounded pretty calm and kept saying things like, I want to make it so you don't die. He also seemed to be very knowledgeable about what he was doing. So it's pretty likely that Moroku's on the tapes. Before he became a children's author, he wanted to be a surgeon. The dots connect. If I recall, Moroku wrote horror-themed fairy tales. I'm quite curious to see how he tied the dismemberment into his work. I'm absolutely fine never knowing the answer to that. I've read some of his major works myself, but there wasn't anything as weird as that in them. I don't know about his other books, though. Most of his stuff is out of print. It seems we'd be more likely to find his insanity and inquisitiveness in his minor works then. Hey, Bilicium? From what I heard from Ban, your aunt's also a horror novelist. You don't mean you want me to ask her about Yakumo Maruku? She might know some dark tidbits that only someone who traverses his circles would know. We won't know unless we try. See what happens when you ask her casually. Alright. My, looks like you're curious too. Alright, enough chatter for today. Time to split up. Get called in for questioning would be a real pain. Alright, it's all up to you, Bilicium. Au revoir. I say goodbye to them and return to Kasuji Station, heading over to the Black Rabbit. I wonder if Aunt Natsumi will be there. Oh, Akira, what are you doing here at this hour? Her cheeks are looking kind of reddish, and her eyes are cloudy. She must have had quite a bit to drink. Stop her, let her be, have a drink yourself. Oh, let's have a drink myself. None for you, you're underaged. Satomi would glare at me from heaven. I don't want to talk about my mom. I don't have any good memories of life with my real mother. She was nice enough, but she couldn't hold down a job, so we lived in poverty. Until Amanomi helped find me a part-time job, there were even days when we didn't eat. Anyway, there's something I want to ask you. Do you know an author called Yakumo Maruku? Huh? Where'd you hear that name? A friend of mine is interested in him. I thought you might know him since you write horror novels. Oh, is that so? Yes, I know Moroku well. I loved his books when I was younger. Aunt Natsumi starts talking without me having to lead her much, probably because she's drunk. Nobody could deny her the right to occasionally drink her pain away for at least a little while. Moroku used existing fairy tales as motifs to build his own horror books. Did you know the Grimm's fairy tales originally had some horrible scenes in them? The famous story of Cinderella is no exception. Her stepsisters cut her feet to try and make the glass slippers fit. They cut her own feet? Yes, that's right. Even if they were doing it to try and marry a prince, that's some serious resolve. Ugh. It's probably just coincidence that she chose that particular example, but after listening to those tapes, it didn't leave me with a good feeling. When I was a schoolgirl, I was obsessed with Moroku's dark fairy tale series. He put some bold, dark spins of Japanese folktales just like the Grimm brothers. His unique settings and descriptions earned him a lot of passionate fans. He was pretty amazing, huh? Yes, in some sense he was a genius. Because they're children's stories, they have an informal style, and yet they're so realistic. His descriptions of bone, flesh, and blood were so vivid they sent chills up my spine. You don't say. I'm sure Moroku knew a ton about bone, flesh, and blood. Moroku studied medicine before he became an author. I'm sure he was influenced by that. It's pretty weird for a doctor to become an author. His family might have pushed him to become a doctor against his wishes. A lot of his relatives are important members of society. He himself hated worldly things like fame and money. Is that enough background on Moroku? Yeah, that's enough. I didn't think you'd know so much about him. He was my inspiration to become a horror novelist. But I have to say that Satomi was a much more passionate fan of his than I was. I remembered that she go to great lengths to learn more about him. My mom was that interested in him? I thought Yakumo Moroku was a total stranger, but now I'm learning that he's surprisingly connected through my aunt and my late mother. We've been talking for a while now. You should get home. You're gonna stay here long? Yeah. Even if I went home, Ami's not there anymore. Aunt Natsumi. I'm gonna lie down in the back. After all, I'll be busy first thing in the morning. Good night. She gets up and walks unsteadily to the inner door and disappears behind it. And with that, guys, we also are going to say au revoir, good night, arrivederci, sayonara, all those good things. But we are going to end the episode here. It has run on quite long, and I may end up having to cut this one in half. I'm not sure as of yet. But I do hope that you guys all enjoyed this episode. We got through quite a bit of the mansion, I feel, and I suspect that we are coming up to meeting with the screaming author and what all is going on there. It doesn't seem like the author is so much the one screaming, but rather as victims. But we will find out in the next episode, hopefully. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.